Okay, so we're going to fix this. Fix a couple of things here. Change location. And let's go over here. Yep. There we go. That's a nicer view. Well, they're both nice views. So, yeah, I got the different headset that I said I was going to get. And so I'll be real curious if people can hear me okay. That sort of a thing. KSTL. And airport. We are here. What runway are we taking off on? 6. It's a wind. Well, it's 050 at 8. So I think I'll just take off on 30 right. That should do it. Okay. So let's see, how much gas do I need? 1274. 12 equals 1274 divided by 6.8. $200 to do it. So, I just keep making changes. And park and brake is set, so I'm good. Close the door. And chocks are gone. I'll be real curious to see how these sound. So far, they sound good. Still want to get my yoke. All kinds of things screaming, why don't you buy this instead? Why don't you do this? Well, if I have to. Come on. That's loud. A little bit loud. Come on.
Pause system test. Okay.
There we go. Let's see. So good, good, good. We have strobe. And oops. Starter ignition oil pressure, NG. .30 by 30. Cut out. so that's good. Where's the click spot? All right, that looks good. Inertial separator will be coming on in just a second. Flight plan menu. Wait, it's already empty. There it is. That's what I was looking for. I was looking at that, trying to figure out what was missing, and that's what it was. Real easy flight plan. Where is it? There it is. FTZ. FTZ to SGF. SGF. My guess is that's Springfield, Missouri. Philadelphia with an F. Oh, something wrong there. Clear. SGF. Backspace. Springfield. Yep, Springfield, Missouri. And that's it. SGF. Oh, Tulsa. TUL to KTUL. Alright, that's it. Flight plan, and let's see, it says 676 for Tulsa. $678, good. Alright, so LFE is set. Looks good. Okay, so we're going to depart 30 and 30 right, which is a heading of 303. And we'll use 4,000 for an altitude. So that's set, and that's set. Good. Altimeter in St. Louis is 2995. we go. Checklist. Strobes. Generator, AP trims, oxygen supply, display backup, bleeds, AC. Pressure mode switch is normal. Control, temp, hot air, standby instruments. 120120, good. And altitudes match, LFE is right. Altimeter setting is right. Pitch trim. Check. De-ice inertial separators on. Taxi light. Okay. Taxi light. And parking brake. There's more rumble in these headphones. And we'll take the intersection departure. So it looks like a departure with a left turn out. Flaps going down. I'll do this. I may do a flight with the Zebo if I have time. After last night's disaster of a flight. You know, I just making little mistakes with that airplane. It just, you know, sometimes it takes me a while. I'm not the, probably not the brightest bulb in the world. No comment. Alright, so let's check the governor. That's annoying. I should set a switch to that master caution. Something else I wanted to set in this thing. What was it? There's some TBM900 setting I wanted to set. I don't remember. It will come to me when I need to click it, of course. So yeah, we depart and then there's a slight turn to the left. So checklist. Check, check, check. Heading is 210. Check. CAS LFE is right. CAS is good. Park and brake, throttle. Flaps are set. The ice panel will be set. Flight controls are checked. Trims are checked. Strobe switch is on. CAS display is good. Fuel is good. Flight instruments set. Altimeter setting is good. LFE is set. Rotation 85 knots. Battery is good. And return. So where's my ATC, huh? Let's go to St. Louis Tower. And departure. will be 128.1. Alright, so lights, icing, flaps are set, transponder, and switches. Let's see, no traffic out there. And toga. Nice sloped runway. Rotate. Flaps up. Yaw damper on. I'll make a left turn. And let's go direct, enter. Nav. Glitch. Over to departure. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. It captured 4,000. Okay. There's 5,000 inertial separator closed. Glitch. Autopilot. There's an airport down there. KSUS. Swear that about looks like snow down there. Actually, I think that's what that is, actually. Look at that. Yep. Which, so yeah, everyone's talking about the new Flight Simulator 2020 coming out in 35 days, I think it is. Can't blame them. Barometer. Let's go over to center. 3.27. Swap. And the other thing is there's folks mucking around with the shaders, I don't know, I mean, in X-Plane. And I find that interesting too. It's not direct manipulation. They're using X-Plane data refs to do it. Uh, just 26 miles out of St. Louis, and we're almost up to altitude. So by 30 miles, we'll be up to altitude. And that's, and I don't even have my power up that high. So yeah, so it's 7:10. May try a flight. Lots of traffic, huh? It's about as high as we can go right there. ITT's really on the limit. Look at this ETE clock ticking down so fast. Calm wind. $6,000 feet above me. 5 miles. Don't see anything. One wonders if they'll get the lighting to the point where you'll actually need that thing. Let's see what it looks like looking at those clouds. Well, it does give them more definition, doesn't it? Oh, and you can rotate it that way too. You can make it work. Yeah, I don't know. All right, I'm losing this battle. That's weird. Sometimes you have to. Okay, there we go. I got it. Let's not do that again. Okay, so Tulsa. Tulsa. Mm, flight plan says, this isn't a bad airport for default. For somebody did a decent job on it. Runway 18 left for Tulsa. The wind is um, 120 at 10. Why wouldn't I use that runway? Hi, Bill. You been to Tulsa? My sister's been there. I don't think I was there. I was in Oklahoma once, but I don't know where I was. I was shorter than my own knee is right now, I think, when that happened. Can you hear me okay? This is a new headset. What did I say the wind was here? 120 at 10. One would think it would offer me runway 8, but I wonder. Glare shield issue. Oh, I see. That was, just do that. Don't do anything else. Don't do any of this sideways business because it just messes you up. I don't know what it was doing. FS 2020, you might need that thing, but I think their controls are going to be different. You know, their light in there is really good. Even though X-Planes keeps improving, this beta light is better than the last version. It's brighter. Let's see. So if I go to runway 8, proc, approach, they do have a VDM to 8. Aggie. They're gonna make me do that. Toll. I've never flown a VDM in this airplane. Approach. Well, there's an. I got a VOR. And then what is this? LPV. Well, we could do that. That way we get precision. Even though I will remember. Let's see. 9:30. Oops. 9:30. No. Oh no, it's going to make me dial that all the way down. No. I screwed up. I don't think there's any other way to do this other than just keep scrolling down. It's a little finicky this way. Alright, we're getting there. Yeah, if you reselect the approach, it just puts it right back in there. There we go. Okay, so that's loaded. And at Haggle, we want to be at 3,500. That's on the other side of the airport, so we can put in 4,000 for VNav. Okay. Bill, can you hear me okay? What did I say? 4,000. Flight plan. KTUL. Say 4,000. Haggle. That looks like it says 14,000 feet. Okay, so that's got to be fixed. Ooh. Haggle 3,500. And I said no hold. Didn't I? And so let's clear that. Alright, so now we're good. My TBM is currently Prince Rupert. Yes to sound. Okay, good. CYPR. CYPR. I saw a great movie that had that name in it a long time ago. It's called, what was it called? American Dreamer. Had Jo Beth Williams in it. She plays a housewife that writes a book or writes a story and wins a prize, goes to Paris, hits her head, and it's funny. It's a good movie. Great movie. So we are all set. We descend in 23 minutes. So yeah, this is a new headset. It blocks out more sound and has a much higher rumble than the other one did. And I'm hoping that the sound there is better too. But and so far it has not cut off. You know, and yeah, the other one was having all kinds of issues. I finally just got fed up with it. So yeah. So yeah, I've never flown into Oklahoma at all in any sim ever. What is that? KTBN. So Prince Rupert. Where is that? Oh, that's right on the edge of Alaska, isn't it? Yeah, I need to fly into Nelson. I got the ortho set up to fly into Nelson. I'm going to do that. If I can get up to the north, if I can get myself to turn, I seem to be heading towards Texas at the moment. I may go north to Denver. I'm still running the default Denver. And zooming in like this doesn't do any good because you can't see anything. "4,000 feet this time." And he's about 3 miles ahead. How could I possibly miss this guy? I would have to be blind. Right there he is. I love having traffic on that thing. You feel less alone. So how'd you get to Prince Rupert? Where'd you go from? Did you come from the north or up from the south? And where are you going? I mean, you gonna keep going? Last night, Vancouver to Juneau. Vancouver all the way up to Juneau, Alaska, and then you came back down. Did you get the new Vancouver, or are you just using the default? And how is it? The folks that made Juneau or Vancouver make some really good airports. Global something. Our airports are really nice. I've only got one. I've got Toronto. They did Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver. Left the right fuel cap off. Been there. I have been there. That is painful. Is that why you stopped on your way back? See, that's a problem that the real world airplane you really wouldn't have. You know, you're not clicking dialog boxes in the real world. You're filling up the gas tank, and then you pull the thing out and you put the cap on and you turn it tight. Like, I mean, I guess I don't know. Have I ever heard of anybody ever doing that? No, I haven't. And I mean, it would be sitting there dancing all over the wing, right, from the vibration when you were taxiing. I would be saying, screaming at you, "Hey, you know, dumbass!" Like, what's that sound? What is that sound? Tried to make Ketchikan. I used to really want Ketchikan in Prepare 3D. I never bought it. That's such an unusual airport. It's got that taxiway that what you go either up or down. I don't remember whether it's up or down to the runway, but it's fairly steep. It's like, you know, good 5 degrees or something. And the town on the other side looks really good. No go, 18 gallons left, wind, landed at Prince Rupert. Wow. It happens, guy. You know, we all make mistakes. All of us. You should have seen my attempt at landing the Zebo last night, landing in Phoenix. Everything was perfect, all the way up until the time I set up for the approach, and then things went bad. I am not yet proficient in that airplane. I was pretty bummed out. Well, yeah, I did that flying from Dallas up to some airport, maybe someplace in Arkansas. I don't remember if I left them both off or just one. I think I left the right one off. I think. And I was flying in really bad weather. And then I got out of the weather, thank God. And I had to divert to some podunk airport nearby. Felt like a real putz. But you know, you did it, I did it, Luna did it. Luna's from Luna's world. He did it. You know, man, it's a beautiful airplane though, isn't it? Gonna continue to Juneau. Juneau. Yeah, you know, Orbx did a bunch of Alaska, not a bunch, but they did like 5 Alaska airports, and one out there on the Aleutians that looked really, really well done. I actually listened to the interview the developer on it. Young guy, um, you know, but and I don't think I got any of them. I wanted that one. I also wanted Bella Coola. I don't know if you've seen their Bella Coola. It's pretty. It's over in Canada in the mountains. Go down a valley. You know, just Orbx makes those little airports that just look stunning. Valley airports. And they, you know, when I'm sure they're going to be released in FS 2020, and you know they look better in X-Plane than they ever did in Prepared. Much better, and I think they'll look even better in FS 2020. How we doing? I need to. Not using a star. Is there, you know, Tulsa, I've never flown into it before, but I usually, if I'm not familiar with an airport, I'll go take a look to see if it's even worth it to go there. So I did that with Tulsa, and it looks okay. It's not bad. You know, it comes with X-Plane. There are much, much worse. You know, and that'll be the trick with FS 2022. You know, same deal. Where's Juneau? Juneau. There it is, right there, PAGN. Not too far north. Might be an interesting approach. And I wonder if the ortho, do you have ortho up there? I wonder if the ortho has snow on it, because some of those places the snow really never leaves. The only thing negative about TBM, toggle switch is difficult to see when on off. Should have separate click spots for on and off. Well, you know, I like the idea of right click. What is it? Right click, right click, left click. Um, I think, what is it? If you, I'm trying to remember, I think left click is up, right click is down. So this is a 3-position switch. So you would left click twice, and then if you wanted to go down, you'd right click once, and then you only have one click spot. You don't have to go hunting around for the click spot. You just find the 2 click spots. You just find one click spot. See, there's one there. So if I go here, and now it's divided in half. On the overhead. Yeah, these you can't hardly see. You know, if you don't have these lights on. Or did you mean up here? Oh, I've been flying along with that light on for I don't know how many flights. How are we doing? KSGF. What is KSGF? KSGF. Springfield. Branson. See, yeah, oh yeah, if you at night, yeah, you can't see them at all. You got to find this one. You got to use your red flashlight thingy up here. Where is it? Well, there's night vision goggles. Um, there's a red flashlight thingy. I don't remember. But night vision would work. Shift N. Yeah, you can't. And that's annoying. But still, I like the idea of one click spot. I mean, these only have one, right? Up, down, just like that. But these switches here, I'm always fishing around for these click spots. There's this click spot for this, and it comes around over to here. And if you click, I think right there, it actually doesn't do anything, even though it says it's a click spot. You can turn on cabin light. Well, you can find this one. Or you can find, yeah, that one. Turn that on. Really pretty down there. I need to go back and look at one of these videos. I should be broadcasting in 2K. And I started doing that because I realized that it looks an awful lot better than 1K. Hopefully nothing switched my setting back. Sometimes happens. Oh, it is. And they're saying that the Challenger 650 is going to put this one to shame. I don't know what that means. That just means that we need a TBM 2.0 is what it means to me. I've got a list. I've got a list of things I want for this airplane. I made the comment, they were asking on the forums what people would what new airplanes people would like to see. And my answer back was no, I don't want any more airplanes. I want the ones that they have with greater depth. And you could have an airplane that has different, so you instantiate an airplane. Not only do you get different colors, you get different quirks, you get different sounds with it. So it has an annoying squeak in the left wheel, and you don't know why. Just like a real pilot. Maybe it tends to wing over on power on stalls. Um, little things that wouldn't send it back to the shop, but things you have to deal with. Yeah, they should have an upgrade to the 940. Yeah, I don't know much about the 940 other than it's probably got one more feature than the 930. But still, yeah, that'd be nice. I don't know. They've got this G1000. They would have to, and I don't know how they did this. I ask myself all the time, where did they get someone's code and buy it? Someone's G1000 code and buy it and import it. This is a slightly older model of the software that comes in the G1000, and yeah, auto everything, right? Yeah, auto throttle. Um, yeah, but then they'd have to do the keypads down here, and it has cool features over here. I don't know if that's. I don't know all the different features of the G3000 or 4000, whichever one it is. But I think you can put your approach plate right here and then slide this over here. I mean, that's what they did here, right? You can show the charts. So, but you could put it over here, which, the TBM guys could do. And it looks like the Microsoft one has that. Their budget is probably a whole lot bigger. $119 for that deluxe version of that sim. I will be curious to see how many they sell. It's just amazing after all these years, after abandoning FSX in 2009, 11 years later, they're popping out with a brand new one. Wow. Yeah, have you seen the 930? Yeah, it's only money, right? Have you seen the 930 in FS 2020 yet? Because I gotta say, oh my god, the graphics are just unbelievable. We're all going to be comparing it to this one, right? In every way. And there's still probably a lot I don't know about this airplane. Like, I've never ever moved this sucker. I'm scared to. It's only an engine. Just pictures. Looks awesome. Yeah. Yeah, their graphics in that are astonishing. That the X-Plane guys are going, okay, what do we do here? Not to say that this doesn't look great, but they're looking at it. And I'm wondering if all the third-party developers will have to sell their stuff through the Microsoft account. VNav. Because you know that, I mean, what was it? When Steam did FSX, they tried to make all the third-party developers sell their software through Steam, and PMDG said no. I don't think they can say no this time. No, I keep checking too. No Fulcrum updates. Getting like, you know, all kinds of requests for, Dad, can I get this? Can I get that? And I'm, yeah, when I have to. Trying to hold some money aside for that. And, let's see, I don't need to go that slow. 60 is good. Yeah, no updates. That will be an amazing day when that comes out. And honestly, even though it's an expensive yoke, I think that it's cheap for what it offers. I mean, I think it's, really an amazing yoke. From what I've seen of it. Because I was going to jump on the honeycomb bandwagon too, and I didn't. My feeling is they need a honeycomb 2.0. I've got that airplane and I took it for a flight yesterday. I'll be real curious to see. We should collaborate on this. I don't know that airplane that well. And I was asking myself, that's the whole reason I loaded it was this. I asked myself, is this plane worth learning? Is it worth spending the time to learn? And I'm sure the flight model is great. The visuals are okay. They're pretty decent. A fair number of the switches work. The sounds are brilliant. At least really good. So yeah, I was just asking myself, so yeah, it is. Yeah, that citation, I'll be real curious what you do there. And I may, of course the thing is there's the Falcon coming out and the Challenger, and I don't know how steady level the Falcon is. But I'll probably end up getting both of those. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look at the Falcon. Yeah, when I saw that 8 inches of yoke travel, I was watching him very carefully. But that instead of the Premier. Yeah, that was wise. That was a wise decision. The Premier, I haven't ever heard anything good. Lots of complaining. But, I've heard much more positive things about the 550. And I just wanted a jet, so I got it. I've only flown it like 3 times so far. And at first, I didn't like it. And then I liked it some more. And then this last time, I liked it some more. But I was just sitting there looking at all the things and thinking about, what I got to do is watch some YouTube videos. That's how I learn a lot about flying it. It skips over all the fluff, right? They got all these switches. Do real pilots actually do that? You know? Or do they use a shortened checklist all the time? That's always my question. Because you could drive yourself nuts trying to learn it all. Yeah, I've been sitting on my hands about the Challenger 300. I thought I could get that and start learning, the Challenger systems, and so far I've said no. Burnt on the Phenom. Yeah, no. Phenom 100 got bad reviews, and that was their own mistake. That was their own mistake. That, whenever they screw up with the G1000, I just go, you know, it's a shortcut. But I think the Phenom has their own homegrown version of a G1000. Yeah, I've got the 300 in prepared. I don't have it on this. I used to fly the Mustang in prepared, the Citation Mustang, a lot. I really loved flying that airplane. But the FS 2020 has the Citation Sovereign. It comes with it. And I wonder what that's like. I wonder if it has depth. Yeah, I've always liked Citations. So I'm not going to fly directly over the top of this airport. Where's my approach? I did, but I've got I have a standalone account on all my machines, so I have to make a Microsoft account and install it with that. I'm going to be real curious to see what I do. I don't know. I do like flying X-plane. And I keep trying to get someone's attention on moving air. Did you pre-order, Bill? Yeah, it's not going to be out for 35 days, so I don't have to create that account yet. I went all in. I got the expensive one. I hope that's not a discount. You know, it was 119 bucks. I hope that's not a discount because I don't want the price to be, uh, 150 for everybody else. Let's see. Let's go to heading mode and let's VS. All right, right there. Yeah, I know you're probably as curious as I am about that. Let's see, so this is an RNAV approach. So climb to 3600 to Jessen and hold. 3600. I need to take this airplane up and do some touch and goes. You ever do that? Just take it up and just beat up the bounce pattern with it for half hour or so. It does it well. Very well behaved airplane. It's really good practice. I might do that. Let me see where my intercept is. $2,800 really. I'm going to descend to 2,800. Yeah, I'm very curious about that sim. I'm going to enjoy myself in this one till it gets here. But very curious about it. But I want to see some more improvements in X-Plane. This is Orbx trees. And I think I've actually got Orbx trees and global trees both on. And I don't know. It's hard to tell which is which, but you know, like there's whole areas where there's no trees. And then there's this whole field here that's got these sporadic trees. That just could be a data problem. What's the temperature for anti-ice? And oops. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the inertial separator. And let's turn on pulse. SFD Global. SFD Global. I don't know what SFD is. Oh, by the way, I did see some videos of airplanes flying into the clouds in FS 2020. Finally, you know, I, I was starting to wonder, and I finally did see some, and it looked really good. And this looks good, actually. But you shouldn't see the wing, right? Well, I mean, you should, but you should see clouds going over it. I guess that's an efficiency they have to have. That would hurt frame rates or something. SFD, is that global force or is that something else? I didn't think it was supposed to be this funny weather here. Oh, yep, actually it is. 12010, 10 statute miles. Altimeter 29085. And it's hot. So the airport should be right over there somewhere. Yeah, people are starting to explore these shaders or whatever they are in X-Plane 11.5, and I'll be real curious to see how that goes. Tell you what I'm looking to see is the night lighting in SF 2020. I'm really curious to see how realistic that looks. SFD Global is the all-in-one solution for a more immersive X-Plane world, combining new high-definition ground textures and forests with custom auto-gen from all over the world. That's interesting, because there are some places where I really want better auto-gen. I mean, really, really want better auto-gen. Hawaii being one of them, but Hawaii is a mess. Alright, so I'm going to cut my throttle back a little bit here. I'll cut back to 200. And I'm going to go on down. Let's see, so altitude, no, 2800. Come on. And then, let's see. Yeah, and I mean, some other places, what is that? Um, Tucson, Arizona. I'd love to get some better autogen there. It's almost barren of autogen. And I mean, in that situation, you could load it up with complete autogen. Because there's not that many houses and stuff around there. There and there's some other places in the desert where it would just, it would be beautiful. It will be interesting. So 2,800 feet, we could turn any time, really. I'm on GPS term, and it's pointing me to 240. Let's activate the approach. Oops, proc. Enter. Oh, it's going to make me turn, but I'm on heading mode. That's okay. Actually, I didn't want to do that. Damn it. Flight plan. Um, activate lag. Enter. Come on, enter. Okay, there we go. Flight plan. Alright. Speed. Back. There we go. Oh, where's it going? This has done this to me before. Alright, so that's okay. That's alright. Let's just click altitude. Let's click VNav again, and then click altitude. And let's turn heading mode. We're going to zoom through final. And approach. We're going to zoom through final. That's okay. We've got the glide slope. We're good. Alright, so we're at 2,800 feet. We're there. Our approach is activated. Glide slope is coming in. Good. And we're on GPS. And good. And our speed is good. So flaps 1. And heading bug. And gear. And we got to bring the power back. Alright. Speed's coming back. There we are. Okay, so at 1,700 feet, the final notch of flaps. Let's see how it handles this. So it drops a good 6 degrees. And power back to 28. There we go. And I got my blinking lights on. Yes. I don't know whether it was X-Plane or Active Sky that has started mucking with the winds when you get down low like this, but I like it. going to make it a whole lot more interesting for all of us. See, it's kicking me around. Whoa. Oh, God. What's it doing? All right. I'm a little low. Yep. Now I think I'll get off the runway and hunt down a parking place. I'm going to guess it's this way. Let's see. Uh, See you later, Bill. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. Oh, I went the wrong way. What is that? There's the terminal. And I believe the GA area is here. Not much of a clue. Yeah, just black boxes. Alright, I'll go over here to HH. Do a 180. Maybe I should get on the other side and... Is that Haftley? Is that how you pronounce that? CYYZ. That's, that is that Toronto or is that... Yeah, thanks. Yeah, they do. They do happen in real life. And worse than that, I want to see some up and down winds. Doesn't have to be a lot. It you know, just needs to be, let's see, so I want to turn right here, right? I'm upside down. I do want to turn to the right. I'll get on the other side of this runway and then I'm going to stop and do a replay. Haftel. Thank you. Haftel. So what do you fly? You must fly in the real world. At least I'm guessing. Let's put the parking brake on. Now put the parking brake on better than that. Okay. Inertial separator is on. Let's see, so I can turn the taxi light on. And let's get this off and the strobe off. Strobe and pitot heat and flaps up. And transponder is fine. Lights, icing, flaps, transponder. And we are good. You need valleys on the approach for up and down. Yeah. You know, I, I think there's a way to do it. I think there's a way to get up and down moving air. You know, I don't think it's as hard as maybe they thought it was. Used to fly from C-170 to Harvard or in USA Texan. C-170. Like a Cessna 170 or are you talking about what is that? A Texan? Isn't that a Navy trainer? T T-34 or something? Is it too quiet? Is it my voice that's too quiet, or is it the Sim? This is a brand new headset, so I'm I'm trying to get the volume set up right. Is that better? Let me see. My mic volume in here is full. Um, but better, okay, because I could make it even louder. Um, it's really probably my other microphone I think was more um, sensitive. Test one. Okay, so now it's getting up in the yellow a little bit. So here, let's do a replay. Light, toggle replay, and I don't want to go that far. This will be good. Let's see, and let's do a by the runway first. Hopefully this is not the right runway. Let's try again. What runway does it think I am? Let's get a little closer. And then I'll do it. Okay. Now what if I do it? I still think this is the wrong runway because I'm pointing out this way. No, I went the wrong way. Yep. I don't know what airport. No, this is some podunk airport near here. Look at that. That's one runway. 3-6 left. I can see me. We may have to do this twice. This is it. There I am. Let's see if I can go this far. C-170 is a 1950 Cessna tail dragger before the 172. Okay. And the Texan, if I recall, is a T-34. Is that, they used to have those trainers. Unless you're talking about a different Texan, I honestly don't know. Yeah, that's the kind of flare I like to see. Let's look at it again. Yes, okay, yeah. Used to see those all the time. Those and the T-28s, I think it was. Call them Harvards. Okay. I didn't know that. I like that landing. I'm not one for butter landings. I like to put it on the runway. Especially these little airplanes. And let's do one more. Let's see how queasy I made my passengers. Yeah, the T-28 Trojan. I used to like to watch those airplanes come in. See, that looks normal to me, that much wind blowing you around a little bit. And I just got the latest beta of not beta, but the latest release of Active Sky. And they didn't have release notes with it. I was like, what, what is that? What did they put in this? But they definitely got more active winds down low. I mean, they used to not have any. But they could do vertical. I'm telling you, they could do vertical. There's two ways to do it. Do it the easy way or the hard way. It's doable. Actually, they could do it the easy way first. Yeah, speed brakes. Hear that? I don't know what it is with that on my replays. That 737 sound activates. I'll have to ask. That's XPRealistic doing that. That was interesting. I want to get rid of that sound. I wonder. Let me check something. I want to do a tower replay too. I always do a tower replay. Let me see something. Speed brake. drag, sound. It's rumble. That's not activation. Touchdown main. See, that's not it. Something here is kicking that off. I'll have to text him and find out what it is. You run the latest Vulcan in Active Sky, much more real. Yes, it is. I agree. That's what this is. So you're seeing these winds too. I mean, the things that I see is obviously the smoother frame rates, but I'm seeing the skies looks more realistic. The lighting is more realistic. Could still use some improvement, but it looks better. And the the winds coming in somewhere on final, you're going to get kicked around at least once. Not a fan of XPRealistic yet. Lots of tweaking to get it right. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's, but, yeah, I think he's still got some work to do on it, but he's moving in the right direction. I think he still has to get the G, the the G forces right. He still doesn't have those right. I'm going to crank that up a little bit more, but it should, when you accelerate, put the prop forward, or when you're braking, it should move you back or forward. And maybe I don't have that setting right yet. Let's do one more replay. Just one more from the tower. I always do the tower. Oh, great. Hold on, we can fake it. It won't follow us, but I can at least do it. Why is my head bobbing around like this? Looks reasonable. All right, let's kill that. So what do you fly in the sim? The windsock is limp. Is it? It was supposed to be like 10 knots. I never look at them. What do you fly in the sim? I know there's GA parking over here somewhere. I just don't know where. We'll pick a ramp. In the sim, I fly the Zebo mostly. Yeah, I'm still trying to get my landings right in that airplane. I've recently started flying it again, and I'm just mucking up the landings. Got the avion, I've got all the systems. I understand all the systems. I know what to do. But every time I friggin' come in and land, I get behind on my throttle and it throws everything off. I have to get used to how much to move the throttle. The Citabria for low and slow. Really? The only low and slow I have is, well, I guess I could go in here. Yeah. The only low and slow I have is the DA62, which I haven't flown that much because of frame rates. It's really pretty heavy on frame rates. Other than that, it's a great airplane. I'll be curious. Right here, I'm getting 35, 36. I'll shut this thing down and see if I can load it without crashing. That can be a real challenge. Taxi light off. Timer start. Okay, and start over here. Inertial separators on. Transponder. Standby. No, something I've got to do up here. AC off. Bleeds off. Checklist. I give up. Keep trying to get my 2 flows done. I think I had a Citabria in prepared. It was from Real Air, if you know who that is. Radar transponder flaps are up. Strobes are off. Lights are off. Trims are set now. Parking brake is set. Bleed switch AC. So I got to start my timer over again. Taxi light's already off. AP trim switches. Never get behind the aircraft. You have to calibrate the throttles for the Zebo. Yeah. I just do so far. I'm getting better slowly, but I think that's key. I think I've been flying visual approaches with it. I think I'm gonna back off and start flying ILSs because you can just shut off the auto throttle and just control it all the way down final for a 6 or 7 mile final, and it gives you lots of opportunity to learn your throttle positions. Um, but yeah, 4 mile final is not nearly enough for me right now. Know how to do it. I can go back to it. Yeah, then maybe I can get, because you can't get your flare right if you got the throttle wrong. You get your speed low, your nose comes up too high. At least that's what my experience has been. You go too fast and you float forever. That's my experience again. This is a freeware. This is the airport that comes with X-Plane. Looks pretty good for default, you know. Not bad. We're flying into 2 minutes. All right, so inertial separator off, nav lights off, 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 off. It's already off. Shut that off, and shut that off, and there we are. Sitting there next to an I know what that is. That is a Avro. 340 is it? Interesting airplane. Austin does a pretty good job. Oh, really? Yeah. So you just all really never give. So yeah, and you take the auto throttle off too on the Zebo. I mean, I'm just sitting here trying to imagine trying to set up, do all the checklists and everything, flying below 5,000 feet, and flying it all by hand. That airplane's got its lights on. It just seems like, well, you know, that would be interesting. That would be an interesting challenge for me with the TBM. It would be good to hand flat more. I generally try to fly probably up to 5 or 6,000 or something when I take off of the TBM. The thing is, you don't spend that much time down that low. But if you're coming in on like a downwind to an ILS, you're going to be down that low for a good amount of time. It would be an interesting challenge for me. Good practice though. The brakes off. Ties. Close that. And close that. And maintenance, I should take a look. Still happy. And check the weather before I start a flight and try to fly through the worst of it, really. I like to fly in IMC, but I'm not necessarily one for flying through thunderstorms. I I was on VATSIM in this airplane, and I flew into Savannah, and it had I want to say maybe a 800-foot ceiling, and I did 2 practice RNAV approaches. Um, well, one around the pattern, and then came back around and landed, and that was fun. That was really fun, especially doing it with a real controller. And I would say that guy was, I mean, he was a really good VATSIM guy. I was asking myself, does this guy, is he a controller and does he like to control as a hobby? Because he was really good. And it was down at Savannah, so it was Jacksonville airspace. Very good, very smooth. Pretty much stayed up with everything. I've had him controlling me a few times. I like to fly around there. Let's see who's on now. Nope, nobody on Jacksonville on right now. My hat's off to some of those guys. Some of them are really flipping amazing, and even if they're struggling, um, I would say right now at O'Hare. Well, he may be a little bit busy at O'Hare. Yeah, it's pretty slow elsewhere. That's what makes flying fun. Hours and hours of boredom punctuated by a few moments of sheer terror. Yeah, that's what we used to say in my old job. That's what it was. I was a controller in the Air Force. And I had a guy, one of the controllers used to say that all the time. And that's true, it was. He's sitting there, not a single airplane, and all of a sudden the sky just sort of, they come out of nowhere. And you don't know why. Like, is it lunchtime? Is there a special at the officers club? I don't know. Yep. Well, thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna end this flight, and it's probably it for the night. Even though I need to get up and do some practice ILSs in the Zebo, which sometimes I need to be doing some more, but probably not tonight. I'm gonna go up and spend some time with my son. But yep. Oh yeah, I used to do those. We used to have to sit in a ice cold radar uh, uh, shack is what we called it, and give PAR approaches. I used to love doing those things. I was good at it. You know, I don't know. I must have done. Uh, I have no idea how many I did. A lot of them, and then moved to the tower and never went back. I never liked radar at all. I love the tower. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to finish this. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.